Hey YouTube, so just wanted to explain about my CCW interview with the Los Angeles Sheriff Department. Now, this is a video I'm making that it's not like a topic on my YouTube page, but since the community and people in LA have been applying for a CCW conceal and carry weapons permit in Los Angeles, I wanted to help out the community and explain the process and explain where I'm at in the process. Okay, so a lot of people are out here making videos and trying and answering questions for others who have questions. So this is what this video is about, right? So I had my CCW interview, Los Angeles County Sheriff Department, the headquarters in Monterey Park. What was it, about 4 weeks ago? About 4 weeks ago. So people are asking questions about the questioning and the good cause in your interview with one of the deputies. Okay, so I had a deputy interview me, but you guys need to know, previously they used to always ask for a good cause. What's the reason, basically? You know what I mean? So as of July, I believe, here, since, oh, is it June? But since the New York Supreme Court case, and which was kind of a win, they no longer require or can sweat you about a good cause. So that today, about 3-4 months ago, they asked the question in the interview. So the last 3-4 months, 3 months or so, they don't ask that question because of the Supreme Court decision. So in your interview, you will not have to answer what is the good cause and why do you want to be able to conceal and carry. Okay? So I had my interview, and the line of questioning was basically what was on the application, right? So if there's a discrepancy in your record, because the deputy you interview will run a brief check on you. The main check will be the FBI fingerprint live scan. But they also do their own little check, and they have that paperwork ready. They'll talk to you, and then they'll bring that shit out after. So, I explained I wasn't never on probation or parole. I've never had a felony. But the deputy did bring up a couple petty thefts that I had in 1991 and 1992, I believe. Okay. Now, on my application, I listed I had a petty theft back in 1991. I didn't list that I had 2 petty thefts because it was kind of sketchy and I kind of forgot. So long ago, right? But I broke it down and explained. And he said, on your application, you said you've never been on probation or parole. I said, no, I've never been on probation or parole. Well, in court after this petty theft, you were given summary probation. So we had a little back and forth because I had to explain myself, but he was a little harsh on me. So I told him, he said, yeah, you were on probation. I said, no, I've never been on probation. I've never had a probation officer in my life. I've never had to report. So I guess you mean I was on an informal probation? So that's what he said. That's what it was. I said, okay. I'm thinking, and I'm gonna have to explain so he won't think I'm some kind of liar or some kind of. I said, I'm thinking that when you say probation, meaning you have to report to a probation officer for a crime or something you did in the past. That's what it is to me. I used to do volunteer work with the probation department. I used to co-facilitate a teen parenting class, volunteer work for probation department. So that was just my understanding. If I was wrong, excuse me. But I think he kind of let that go. It was kind of petty. But so he didn't ask me for good cause. Well, I went to the interview. There was about 5 other people waiting. My understanding is they hadn't been doing interviews in a while. So they restarted doing interviews and they called a batch of people. So after the interview is over, which lasted about 10 minutes, He asked for, you have to have a utility bill in your name. They want to establish your residency. They have to be sure about that, right? So you bring a utility bill. I brought a utility bill, my damn passport, my ID. I brought it all. So, what else? Um, he asked me, was I in the military? But I didn't put that on my application because I felt it was irrelevant. But since he asked, I had to answer, and I said yes. And he said, well, I need you to bring your DD 214. Can you email that to me? So after the interview, I went home and I had to email him my DD 214. Okay. So if you were in the military, you might as well put it on the application, regardless of what type of discharge you had. So after the interview, he sent me to go get a live scan and said, schedule your live scan. And I guess it's for the Department of Justice, to do a deep background check on you. And I went and got my live scan done maybe a week later after the interview. And the live scan people tells me it'll take 45 days for your results, right? So I'm just waiting on that. A lot of people are saying it took 3 months for their live scan results. It's a process. I don't know what takes so long. But they told me 45 days. But I'm thinking, because this process alone, it more than likely will be 3 months before I get another email letting me know what the next step is, okay? So the next step is, after your live scan and you're cleared, I guess, they send you to firearms training, I guess. You have to take an 8-hour, I don't know if it's 8-hour or 4-hour course on firearms training, right? It may be 8 hours total. You may have to go 2 different times. So everyone is kind of confused. Is that enough? Now, if they send you to go get live scan, meaning you should be good, or they wouldn't send you to get live scan and waste your money on a live scan, it's a little sketchy right now. People confused. So I'm making my video to help out the community and explain my process. I just watched a couple of other videos of a couple other people who have applied and had their interview, and they're going through the process also, right? So I'm just informing, and we're all giving clarity. My understanding is in Los Angeles, this California has been very strict on conceal and carry. Sheriff Villanueva just opened up applications about a year and a half ago, right? Which was a big thing. Not a lot of people knew about it. I knew because I follow gun laws and the 2A rights, and I'm into the gun culture on YouTube, and I just hear about these things. So I've told friends of mine, y'all better go apply. So, yeah, so I'm just doing my part in sharing and helping others get an understanding. Now, what else? I think I left something out. Something I wanted to say. Oh, so the total process from me turning in my application with a $30 fee, I sent a $30 money order. It's the application fee. It's been about a year up to right now. Maybe 11 months. So I started the process 11 months ago. So anyone turning an application, you're going to have to wait a year. It's a slow process, right? So my understanding is they want, at least 50,000 people are getting a CCW permit, right? It's a lot of people in the county of Los Angeles, right? Into the millions. And the only reason, this is political shit too, so don't give me the reason why he opened up it, because there's a lack of deputies. Crime has went up tremendously, and they're not able to protect everyone or get to people in an emergency fast enough. So Sheriff Villanueva opened this up. Plus, it was election season, which I did vote for him because he did this. And no sheriff deputy before has done this for decades, right? So I did vote for him on that strength, right? So Um, Basically, I would be considered a rare person being able to conceal and carry in Los Angeles, right? Um, but people are turning in applications. The Supreme Court decision in New York has changed a lot of things and made it more easier. Um, so just want to let people know it's a long process. And if anyone watching this video is in the comments, I would like to know if those of y'all who have passed the live scan, um, do you think you would have been sent to live scan to get a live scan if you were going to be turned down? I just don't see them telling you to go to these other steps and waste your money if they're going to turn you down. You know what I mean? So, uh, after the firearms training, I'm sure they wouldn't even send me there if they were going to turn me down. You get what I'm saying? So, um, we'll see. So, I'm at the end of the process. Um, I'm hoping to be contacted and get an email maybe in 30 days, um, so I can go to the next step. But they're moving, and that's just what it is. So um, I just don't want to leave nothing out before I cut this video off. That would help someone else. What else? Oh, before I had the interview, I done some research on how to conduct yourself in an interview of this nature, right? Don't go in there with that bullshit. The Constitution says so. Therefore, I don't, we have a Constitution. Don't go in there with that cocky bullshit. You understand me? That's what I was told. That's what the advice is. Just just be normal. If they're not gonna ask you good calls, so you don't have to be all gung ho and cocky and an asshole. Right? So what else? That's about it. So good luck to y'all, and enjoy your day. I'm out.